Hey, welcome back. My name is Mando Gomez and today we are going to install a power drawbar in my G0704 CNC. It is a huge pain to change the tool in this CNC. You basically need these two wrenches and almost you need like 3 hands to be able to change it. And again, sometimes it's very difficult, and if you're not careful, you might even scratch yourself. So this is an R8 collet, and basically the mechanism is very simple. It has a thread, and when it pulls it in, basically compresses it and it tightens the tool. But now with the piston, we're gonna do that with the push of a button. The first thing that we need to do is to get it back to try to position the top hat of the part. One thing that you will notice is that these parts were from a kit that I got from a small shop concept, so shout out to Chris. It was very well made. And right now I'm assembling because I have already the distance in the head, but I'm noticing that actually once that everything is fully assembled, I don't have enough clearance, and I'm trying to figure out why. And right now the spindle, it's touching the piston, and that's not good because actually if you notice it's coming off. The drawbar has to have a clearance of 10 thous in the top and in the bottom at the top hat. At this point, after doing research, I think that I didn't do a proper preload, so I need to disassemble the whole spindle again. Unfortunately, I needed to remove the whole spindle, and here is when everything went super south. Ouch, I smashed my finger with the spindle. But anyways, I figured out, if you notice, there is a little bit of play, and that's what I think that was happening. So I need to disassemble it, and if you have not seen my previous video, I recommend it for you to watch it because I go in full detail how to disassemble and upgrade the spindle. So right now I'm putting this part in my press and I'm pushing the bearing to the shoulders of the part, so that way it's sitting and there is no play. That's what it was causing a little bit of play in the spindle. So now I need to grease it again. You also need to buy a tool. I created one myself, but the amount of pressure that I needed, it required me to twist it a lot in order for me to have the correct preload. So right now I'm just pushing it through, so that way I'm able to have the spindle. I still feel a little bit of play, and you should not see any play. It has to have almost no play, and as well it has to feel that you can move the spindle very well. The other thing that I did is that I start tightening up this part of the spindle. So basically what happens is that it compresses the two bearings that are inside, and that is called preload. That was new for me. I didn't know kind of that lingo, but basically that's what it does. And I noticed that I did that. Now the spindle was very well, and there was no play, and it was shifting. The other thing that you can do is that when you're spinning the whole casing of the spindle, it needs to spin a full cycle, so that way you can see if it's okay or not. The last part that you need to do is to install these screws and then get it back again into the machine. So the machine, don't forget that it has some play and it has a pin, and once that you place it in the pin, it should be straightforward. These are the springs that they are like a cup. You need to make sure that you install them in a proper way, stacked, and basically it kind of creates a shape between two of them, and you can see here with the parentheses what I'm trying to convey. And this is very important, so that way you have enough space to be able to have the piston pushing it through. So right now the first step for you is to be able to position it. The other thing that I wanted to check is if I might run out, but once that you have everything installed, you should be able to see maybe 10 thous of space between the piston and your machine. Anyways, the next step is for us to install the button. I have already my enclosure and I have all of these buttons, so I knew that I will use them for different features, but I didn't know, or I didn't remember how the configuration of these buttons. So right now let's install this one, and we see 4 screws, and I'm trying to figure out, probably one is normally open, another one is normally closed. So I'm using my multimeter here to be able to identify, and voila, the first 2 screws are for me to be able to have connection. So we need that because every time that I push the button, I want the solenoid to be able to have power. It requires this adapter. The electronics are pretty straightforward. You can see the button, put it on the positive and negative, and then you can connect it with the plug. So it requires to have about 12 volts for this, and right now I'm just going through creating adding some of the connectors, so that way it's easier. But once that is done, I have mounted it at the bottom of my enclosure because there's gonna be a little bit of air coming out from there because of the pressure. So I was able to install this tubing, and one of the things that you're gonna see is that I have my compressor. I wanted to install this little manifold because I'm gonna use it as well for my coolant system and my air system when I'm cutting parts. So right now I'm just putting the fitting, and I'm making sure that I have the connector for the compressor, so that way I can remove my compressor and use it for other tooling if I need it. Anyways, right now I'm just tightening this part. You have to make sure that everything is tight because it's air. So, and also I added this valve, so that way I have access to be able to have a shut-off valve there in case. So now that I have plugged everything in place, all right, so now we open the valve and you can hear the air. So the air is coming out, and now we turn on the machine. And crap, there is something wrong. So you can hear the air that is basically getting out. So and you can see that the piston is pushing it. But the only thing that I didn't realize is that the screws were not very well tied. But once that I tied them up, I turned on the spindle to check if I have enough clearance. And yeah, we have maybe like 12 thous of clearance. And I also wanted to check my run out of my spindle, which is like maybe another 1 or 2 thous, which is great. And now is the moment of truth to test. Drums, please. And now the push of the button, and it works. Yeah, I can do this all day long. Man, that was a lot of work, but it was worth it. Leave a comment to see what else I need to do. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.